Chapter 10. Graduation is here for you. That you would make it, we all knew. Congratulations, friend of mine. Go on, put that cap on and shine. Oh my god, that dress is so amazing. Agneta looked admiringly at Jenny's outfit. Where did you buy it? On Marstrand, Jenny replied after a few moments of hesitation. She quickly added, your dress is also gorgeous. It really shows off your great legs. Agneta's short dress was bright and sleeveless. Well, yes, but my boobs are so small. Maybe I should have worn a jacket over it to, hide that. Oh, come on, don't be silly. Jenny locked the door and put the key with the small motorcycle on the keychain in her pocket. It's easy for you to say. Your boobs look great. On the other hand, I have short, fat legs. Not that it matters. We should stop obsessing about what we don't like about our bodies, right? Like ourselves the way we are, body positive, all that, right? She put her arm around Agneta. Your dad is waiting for us in the car, isn't he? It's so nice of him to drive us to school. He has driven us every end of term. It's a tradition. He likes it. The two friends, one lemon yellow and one sea blue, walked with their arms around each other towards a Volvo parked by the side of the road. The class teacher, Kristina, often dissatisfied with the class's performance, was moved and grateful when she received a colourful bouquet of carnations. As usual, she waited until the very end to hand out the report cards. She knew no one would concentrate after she had distributed them. The students sat at their desks, drinking lemonade and enjoying Kristina's homemade buns. Jenny had received many appreciative comments about her dress, and she was, after all, happy that Peter had bought it. She would work in Aunt Josephine's store this summer and pay him back once she got her salary. Are you nervous? Agneta pointed at Jenny's jiggling foot. She had not been aware of it jiggling, but now she put the foot firmly on the floor. I guess I am, a little. But why? You know your grades will be great. Oh, I'm not worried about them. I'm just nervous about the sound check tonight. Keivan, the inconsiderate oaf, has left that to me so he can celebrate with his family. Once Kristina had distributed the report cards and everyone had wished each other a wonderful summer vacation, Jenny hurried out of the classroom, wanting to make sure she arrived on time to congratulate Keivan. She darted through the corridor with the report card in one hand and flowers in the other. Wow, you're really in a hurry, aren't you? Hi! She turned around and gave Peter a big, happy smile. He lifted her up and hugged her. To her own surprise, she kissed him. I'm happy you're here. I wanted to congratulate you for finally being off. Time to live life to the fullest, right? I brought champagne. Do you want it now or immediately? Champagne? You're nuts. I haven't graduated. So? She was happy, excited, bubbly. Suddenly, she remembered where she was going. I want to congratulate a friend who is graduating today. I have to hurry before he disappears into the crowd. How do I find you after that? I'll find you. But hurry up, I'll find you. See you later. She ran off, if possible, even happier than she had been before. She got out just as Keivan's class were singing their graduation song. She desperately looked for his parents, but the schoolyard was crowded and she couldn't see them anywhere. There were large placards, huge flower bouquets and crazy vehicles all over the place. Many people were using cameras and camcorders, and it was hard for her to move through the crowd. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, she said left and right as she pushed forward. Her feet were trampled on countless times, and the bouquet looked worse and worse. One moment she got a glimpse of him with a white student hat atop his black curls. The next moment she couldn't see him at all. When she was only a few meters away from him, she saw Fatima and Ahad. They had a large placard that read, Keivan Amiri, Student 2002, in large letters, around a cute image of Keivan as a baby. Jenny noted that he had had thick curly hair already as a small kid. Fatima! Ahad! She shouted as loud as she could, but her cry drowned in all the congratulations and popping champagne corks. This is driving me crazy! She became increasingly annoyed when she found herself squeezed between a tall woman and a short white man. Wouldn't it be just typical if they left before I even get to congratulate him? She put out an elbow, trying to get away from the couple she was stuck between. Keivan's family started walking towards the car. No, no! Keivan! As soon as his name left her lips, he turned around. She managed to get a hand up and wave at him. He moved towards her, grabbed her hand and pulled her to him. "Congratulations, buddy!" She gave him a hug. He held on to her so tightly it almost hurt. "I have flowers for you. They kind of look a bit sad after my journey through the crowd. Sorry about that." "Doesn't matter. I'm glad they're from you." Without moving, he kept looking deep into her eyes for so long that she eventually pushed the bouquet into his hand. "Go ahead and enjoy your afternoon while I'm agonizing over the sound check." He ruffled her hair. "You'll do great." She gave him a peck on the cheek. "See you tonight." "Yeah, see you." Agneta came running just when Kevan's family drove off. "Has he left already?" Jenny pointed towards the car that just left the schoolyard. "Crap, I wanted to congratulate him." "You can do that tonight at the party." "Yeah, you're right. Of course I can." When the car with Kevan was out of sight, she looked at Jenny. "What are you going to do now?" "Well," Jenny's eyes searched the still busy schoolyard. "I was going to meet Peter, but I have no idea how to find him." "Oh, I guess the two of you will want to be alone then." "Well, no, not necessarily. I could at least introduce you to each other first." "Yes, let's do that." Suddenly he was there, extending his hand to Agneta, who shook it nervously. "I'm Peter. Do you want to come along with us for a picnic in Slottsskogen?" Agneta looked at Jenny to see what she wanted her to do, but Jenny didn't see the questioning look. She only saw Peter. Before either of them said anything at all, he continued, "Come on, I have enough food for all of us." Together they walked towards the tram that would take them to Linnéplatsen. Slottsskogen was filled with people celebrating the start of the summer holiday. Jenny, Peter and Agneta found themselves a patch of grass and sat down. Peter took a red and white checkered tablecloth from his backpack and put it on the ground. "Oh, that's so cute!" Agneta giggled like a child and smoothed out the cloth. Peter looked at Jenny with a teasing smile when he opened the bottle of champagne. She returned the smile but shook her head slightly. Today she would not let him drink her under the table. She had a sound check to take care of. The lunch Peter had brought was wonderful. A Greek salad with freshly baked bread. The champagne made them tipsy and exhilarated, and their conversation flowed with ease. When they had finished eating, they relaxed and watched the happy people in the park. Leaning with her back against Peter and her face turned to the sun, Jenny was almost falling asleep. He roused her when he pulled out a pad and pencil from his backpack. In just a few strokes, Agneta's face appeared on the paper. "Wow, you're really good." She took the pad and looked closer at the portrait. In just a few minutes he had captured the essence of her friend's face, long and angular, with a wide mouth and lustrous black hair. "Agneta, look!" She turned the page to her friend. "Oh my!" Agneta's eyes grew wide as she looked at the drawing. "Unbelievable! How did you learn to draw like that?" "By looking at how others did it. I made a living, well, a modest living, by drawing portraits of tourists when I lived in Paris." "You've lived in Paris?" Jenny already knew about Peter's world citizenship, so when Agneta and Peter talked about different cities and places they had visited, she focused more on watching people and listening. She felt good. Life didn't get much better than this. Then she remembered the sound check and her stomach went cold. She checked the time and saw that it was already past 3. She turned to her friends. "Listen, I have to go back now for the sound check. You can stay here and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you tonight." "Sure you don't want company?" "Thanks, Peter, but I'm fine. You can stay here." She got up. Or at least she tried. Before she was standing straight, she lost her balance and sat down again. "Whoa! Champagne's tricky, isn't it? First you don't feel a thing, and then suddenly you notice you have no knees." Peter laughed. He loved her spontaneity. "It looks like you do need some company after all." "No, just help me get up, then I'll be fine." He got up and pulled a wobbly Jenny with him. Agneta looked at her. "Geez, how are you going to manage a sound check now? If you're as dizzy as I am, you won't make it." "I'll be all right." She brushed the grass from her dress. "I drank less than you did." "Hey, have a good time. I'll see you tonight." Slowly and carefully, she walked towards the tram stop. "It sounds distorted, Jenny." Pom, don't be so difficult. I don't know what to do with distorted sound. Just tell me if I should increase the mix of high or low frequencies." "Oh, I don't know. Kevan takes care of all that." She sighed deeply as she stood by the mixer table looking at all its controls. "I know, but I'm not Kevan." She turned on one of the controls. Try again. Better? God, I wish I hadn't drunk so much champagne. She closed her eyes for a second. I'm not drunk. I'm not. I just need to concentrate. It's better, but it still sounds like shit. Okay, then I'll change some more here. The sound check took unusually long and the band wasn't happy with the result. At 6:15, they decided to leave it as it was. It had to be good enough. The party organizers were impatient for them to finish with a deafening sound check. Jenny knew the others were not happy with her work. She didn't enter the dressing room until the others had left. Then she went in, sat down on a bench with her feet up and her arms around her legs. She sighed deeply and put her forehead on her knees. I'm rubbish, a failure, I'm irresponsible. After 5 minutes, she raised her head and saw herself in the mirror on the wall. Not only did she look like a raccoon with mascara smeared under her eyes, she looked like a sad raccoon. That made her laugh. All right, Jenny, you did a poor job, but this pity party isn't helping. She got up and went to the sink. After splashing cold water on her face, she looked herself steadily in the eyes and said with determination, "Tonight I'll show them. On stage I'll be better than